Our security is not based on people. That's why I can share everything happily. Oh, Queen. David was a king. David walked in and the horn was placed over his head and the oil started to flow. Right? Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. The Lord said, "Arise, anoint him, for this is the one." Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel arose and went to Ramah. Ramah! No, that's not it. I hear that someone say that because he was born in Ramah. Ramah! Okay. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and a distressing spirit from the Lord troubled him. That's verse 14 of chapter 16. Now let's go down. Verse 19. Therefore Saul sent messengers to Jesse and said, "Send me your son David who is with the sheep." Because he had that distressing spirit. And they said, he said, "Okay, do you know anybody that can help me with the spirit?" And they said, "There's a guy in Bethlehem." They called him a Bethlehemite. Let's go to it. Verse 18. Then one of the servants answered and said, "Look, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, who is skillful in playing, a mighty man of valor, a man of war, prudent in speech, and a handsome person. And the Lord is with him." He's a Gideon. Verse 19. Therefore Saul sent messengers to Jesse and said, "Send me your son David." What you mean, send you my son? Who is with the sheep? He didn't describe him. The hard thing for me, right, is verse 17. Okay, here's the thing. In verse 12, David comes in. 13, he's anointed. And 14, and Samuel goes back to Ramah. And 14, a spirit comes on Saul. In verse 14. Verse 17. So Saul said to his servant, "Provide me now a man who can play well, and bring him to me." Then one of the servants answered and said, "Look, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, who is skillful in playing, a mighty man of valor, a man of war, prudent in speech, and a handsome person, and the Lord is with him." Bring me, he said, provide. Anybody see any problems with this? Provide. Jehovah Jireh provides. This is what, in verse 17, this is what Saul was saying. Provide for me. Provide for me. He told people around him, provide for me. He told the servants. He looked out to a servant because the servant responded. And the servant never provided it for him. The servant provided him with some information. Saul, I said, because the Holy Spirit, while I was sitting there, the Holy Spirit said, "JD, it says, and bring him to me." Nobody did that. Holy Spirit just told me that a couple minutes ago. I was sitting there, as I read it, it says, "and bring him to me." When I read that to you all, Holy Spirit said, why does it say, "and bring him to me," Jamie? Nobody brought him. David is God's man, right? David is God's man. David is now anointed. David's got a mark on him. Satan got a mark on David right now, right? He got that Y on his back. Because Satan want to know why David's still alive. Why is this thing alive? Why is this thing alive? Why did you anoint this thing, God? I got an issue. Like he asked for, why he said with Job. He said, God said with him, he said, "Where you been?" He said, "To and fro, go to and fro on earth, seeking whom I may devour." Seeking whom? That's a why. Have you considered my servant Job? You know what the saying said? No! Why should I? Let's go. Let's go to Job real quick. Stop that wow on my back. I'm keeping it though. That's my trophy. We're going to Job. We're going to Job. Right? We're going to find that why. Can't hardly get this. Satan don't there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself. Ew, you ain't no present. So sorry. I'm not sorry. I will say sorry, but I'm really not. And the Lord said to Satan, from where did you come? Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and walking back and forth. That's a lie. Seeking whom he may devour. He can't get away from lying. He can't get away from lying. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in all the earth? What? Now, there you go. A blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil, and still he holds fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without cause. Satan incited God to destroy Job, without cause. Satan incited God, but God did not take the bait. Don't think that the scripture means that God jumped up and was like, oh, Satan, you said something, I'm going to listen to it. No, God knows Satan a liar. He's stupid. So Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin. I said that to you guys, skin for skin. Yes, all that a man has, he will give for his life. Stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and flesh, and he will surely curse you to his face. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Basically saying, why haven't you considered my servant Job? He is this, he is that, he's got this, he's blameless, he's better than you, he's a man of integrity, he won't do what you did, you suck, Satan. Basically that's what he's saying. You're terrible, get out of here, I don't like your face. Don't present yourself before me. I keep telling you, don't present yourself before me unless I call for you. I'm a queen, right? But God is the king, and Satan presented himself before him. So Satan was due for a beat down in his face. And what did God do for Job? God allowed Job to go through it so that God could bless Job. There's certain blessings that God can only give you after you've been through a test. You can't have no money from no test unless you had a test that will give a testimony. You have to come out telling the testimony, right? And so it's test that's an I, right? Testimony, right? Testimony. That is that I, right? I got money for my test. I got money for my test. That's a testimony. Hallelujah, God. So Job came out with a testimony, didn't he? After 42 chapters, he came out with a testimony, and as a result of it, he also got to do it in Satan's face. Satan got no control over Job no more. No ability to look at him. God said, have you considered? Basically he said, why have you not considered? When God said, have you considered my servant Jamie? He said, why have you not considered Jamie? She's fly. Look at her hair. It's beautiful. You ain't gonna never have no hair like that. You burning, ill. You got half your scalp burnt. You got a perm, and they put it all over your body. Yellow nasty. They ain't wash it out in time. Remember creamy crack, y'all? The perms? They got a perm all over his body. So all the hair is gone. In a bad way. In a bad way. As if you could have anything good. It's like he said, why have you not considered him? Now here we go, Saul. Because the reason why, when God says, why have you not considered them, he's showing that Satan had considered him. He knew that Satan had considered him. That's why he mentioned it twice. When this is the second encounter that God is having with Satan. So the first time Satan came, God said, have you considered my servant Job? And Satan said, yes, but you protect him. That's in chapter 1. I think it's like verse 16 or something like this. This is chapter 2, verse 1. Because it's the second time that they're going through this. So now it gets a little hotter for Job. Have you considered my servant Job? Basically saying, why have you not considered my servant Job for this test that you are doing? Because you're stupid. God knows he considers you. God knows Satan considers you. But the reason why he cannot touch you, God, what Satan says in the meetings? They have meetings. They don't let Satan eat. I don't think they let Satan eat. Everybody else at least get donuts. Satan don't get none. But because he's stupid. Come on. You don't get to eat. You don't get to eat at the meeting. I'm going in. Today, because yesterday was serious. I get to go in today. Since there was a consideration the first time, we know that when God says, when Satan says, in the world to and fro, seeking whom I may devour, and God says, have you considered my servant Job? They had the same conversation again, not 5 chapters apart, but a couple of verses apart. They had the same exact conversation again, and he said, haven't you, which means, why haven't you considered Job for this? Why ain't you considering Job? He's my best player. He's blameless. God is putting you up and he's putting you on Front Street. Oh God, thank you. He's putting you you are frustrated like that? Because he's Grandmaster G.O.D. Why don't you consider Jamie? She's fly, she's precious, she moves the weight, she looks beautiful, her face is gorgeous, even if she may do carry a little bit of extra weight on her. Check this out, hallelujah, darling. Her face is good with weight. All her mistakes look like beauty right now. She's anointed, glorified. She testified for me. Have you considered Jamie? He's like, oh no, I can't do that now. I'm sorry. I'm defeated when it comes to Jamie. I'm sorry. Excuse me now. He put his finger up like they do in church. Put that finger up. He put his finger up. No, I gotta go. Sorry, I can't do Jamie. God's banking on you. He put your name in the pot. Have you considered Rufus? What's your name? Say it. Have you considered Bartholomew? Have you considered Bob? God is trying to put you up. What you doing? You win either way. You win because you're a child of God. If it mess you up, check this out. For every sword in the pot that you drop, just like that, God got another pot for you, and it won't be the same pot that it was before. He will give you double for your trouble, and we'll find out. We always find out, right? In chapter 42. It's never in the same chapter that you are in at this moment. You never get your benefits in the chapter, oh God, when it happens. When the thing happens, when the test goes down. Do you realize the test happens every day? God has always put your name in the pot. He always put your name in the kitty. Put my name in the kitty, God. For everybody that don't want to stand up to Satan in this season, I got one of my legs is up, one of my feet are right now operational, the other one isn't. But I'm still walking around my house. I gotta have surgery next week, but I'm still walking around my house. I'm doing what I gotta do, and I'm doing my blog because I'm still walking around my house. He said, okay, we're gonna do surgery. I said, okay, let's get this done. I said, but wait, we gotta go back to the pool. He said, well, just gonna do the surgery. I said, we're gonna go. I heard you were gonna go to the pool. My doctors love me. I was like, I'm scaring this man to death. I was there the next day for the hand guy. Dr. Warner saw me. He was on his phone a couple doors down, and he looked at me. He was waving. He wanted to make sure I saw him waving at me. I don't put on a sock puppet. God, people see me as they see me. I have fun when I'm in the office with him. I'm having surgery, okay, I'm not gonna cry a river. If I did not have this surgery on my foot, Dr. Sherman, who I talked to the very next day, was gonna put me in surgery for my hand. So this is October 4th, and he said this will do probably around Halloween, October 31st, to work on my hands. Because it has to be done. And so they need to be able to do artwork better. 2, what are the benefits of it? All it says is God asking Satan, why haven't you tried this one, Jamie? Haven't you touched Jamie? Every time I do, he says every time I do, she kicked me in the face and bust my horns. And she's talking about the fact that I ain't got no horns. I gotta go to the store and get potato chips and put them on my head. I can't wait till I get to heaven. Bust Satan's fronts out. That was my first option. That's what the first thing I'm gonna do. I said that, and I'm gonna tell you what Nisi's response is to it in a minute.